Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Male Enhancement with Malehanger podcast. As usual, I'm Ben, your host. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about two main issues or concepts. First of all, is there such a thing as permanent penis enlargement? And second, can you actually make your penis bigger? I'm OCD and a little ADHD, so I've always got a script in front of me to keep my thoughts on track. So I may upgrade to a teleprompter in the future, but for right now, this is what I'm working with. So just bear with me. So first, a quick word from our sponsors. Just kidding. But I do have the usual disclaimer I've got to get out of the way. First of all, in every episode of the Male Enhancement of Malehanger podcast, I'm not a licensed medical expert. I'm not a professional with any sort of extra letters by my name, MCD, MD, DD, whatever. I'm just Ben Clark, male enhancement guru. Been around this stuff for about 20 years plus online, mostly in the online community. So anything, however, that you hear or see in one of these episodes of my podcast, if you decide to take it to heart or apply it in your personal life directly, in other words, to your penis, and you injure yourself, that's not on me. That's you and you alone. That said, on with the episode. So, if you're someone with a penis like me, chances are at some point in time you've wondered things about it like, is it adequate or big enough? Why is your penis size what it is? Were you just born this way and that's it? Why are some bigger than others and why are some smaller and anything and everything in between? I know when I went through boot camp myself with the Marines, I saw literally 80 plus different guys of all shapes and sizes that I'd never seen before at that point in my life. And I mean, literally, you'd be amazed. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and who knows why, that's just how it is. But one of the questions that seems to come up most often, at least when I've looked online through internet searching, Google searches, things like that, is usually along the lines of, can I get a bigger penis? So obviously there's a lot of interest in this subject. It's important to other people, or the search rankings and metadata just wouldn't be out there. But is there really such a thing as proven penis enlargement? That's a great question. I know for myself, over the last many years, on and off again, on again, off again efforts, I've seen an increase of, I'm creeping up on 2.5 inches now, total. The first 2 inches of that I gained in roughly 3 inches, or 3 years of on again, off again efforts, mostly through compression hanging with a product like my own Malehanger, which I sell now. And then these last few months, after a very long break, I've gotten back into it since last October, and I'm up nearly another 1/2 inch. So, from my perspective, is there proven penis enlargement? I think there is. Anecdotally, from my own experiences, from working with others over the years online, helping them with their efforts. So, anecdotally, I say yes. If you happen to be one of the people who follow me online on Reddit and you've seen my progress log where I'm documenting every new gain I make in size every time I make a gain with not only a picture and a ruler measured picture, but also ruler measured videos every time I make a new gain, you'd probably come to the same conclusion that I have, that looks like it's possible to do proven penis enlargement. So, from that perspective, I guess you could say, I feel like the answer is yes. But these days, especially in internet marketing, you tend to see the words penis enlargement, proven penis enlargement thrown around a lot. Is it clever marketing? Is it keywording trying to get your attention so you eventually click on an ad that takes you to a site where you buy a pill or a product of some kind? Most of the time, more often than not, that answer tends to be yes. It usually is just marketing, keywording, hype, trying to get you to buy something. Sad but true. There are The internet is full of a lot of scammers out there who don't seem to have any sort of an emotional connection or a care in the world as to whether or not you get what you want. They just want your money. They're usually a retargeter, a remarketer, somebody selling pills. What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? An affiliate. A lot of those out there trying to make their 10, 15 bucks or whatever they do per sale, commission. And again, sadly, they've got nothing to your benefit, your actual benefit, on their minds or their hearts. It doesn't matter to them. They just want that money, that quick buck. A lot of dirtbags out there sitting behind a computer just trying to separate you from your hard-earned money. Unlike someone like me and my product, Malehanger, and the awesome customer support that I see people say I provide, but why do I say Malehanger and penis weight hanging is such an awesome thing? Well, from my first-hand experience over the years, again, it is. I mean, that's just the bottom line for me. Re-wetting my palate with some coffee, excuse me. Love that big mug there. Bigger than my face. So, but what's proven penis enlargement? What's the main concept behind it? In my mind, that's a concept called tissue traction. And basically, tissue traction, for those of you who are not aware, simply means repeatedly stretching tissue. Stretch it a little farther, a little farther, a little farther over time, and that tissue tends to take on that stretch a little more, a little more, a little more permanently and permanently. It stretches a little farther, you get it. If you've ever seen people with gauged out or stretched out earlobes that you can literally see through or put a quarter through, one day a lot of those people are going to have regrets because they're going to get tired of wearing those big things in their ears. I'm not judging, I'm just saying. Realistically, fast forward 20 years from now, other than getting corrective surgery to make their earlobes look somewhat normal again, that's going to be their only option, because those holes are not going to close up all the way. They're going to have long, droopy, goofy-looking earlobes if they ever go without that jewelry and they don't get that corrective surgery. So that's one great example of tissue traction. Another one is where surgeons go in and they work with somebody who's got, say, an arm or a leg that's a little shorter than their other arm or leg. They've been in a wreck, a car accident, some sort of a serious mishap where the bone inside the arms didn't heal correctly, or maybe they had a birth defect, or it could just be for, honestly, moving ahead in their career, believe it or not, or even just selfish reasons. They want to be a few inches taller. You can actually have your legs made several inches taller permanently by having your thigh bones cut in a few places, and then you have these big cages that look like something that, you ever seen a cat or a dog with an injury on one of its legs and it's got metal rods in it to help it heal? It's a lot more complicated version of that around the leg or the arm. You turn out these little knobs after the bones have started to heal a little bit every day, a little bit more every day, and those limbs start to slowly but surely get a little longer and permanently, because the bone grows, heals, and fills in those spaces. As the bone's doing that, the skin is also being stretched on that arm or leg. And then after the course of several months or maybe even a few years, I'm not sure the exact time frames used, but those limbs become permanently longer. Much simpler version of those concepts, stretching arms and legs, stretching earlobes, simpler and similar at the same time, goes into penis enlargement. And using a product like Malehanger, where you're stretching the tissue a little more and a little more over time, permanently enlarging the penis. At least from what I've seen anecdotally and with my eyes. Wink, wink. You know, I don't want to say that it's guaranteed, but it definitely seems to be proven. So, I guess one of my bottom line points in this video I want to make is that tissue traction is probably your best bet if you want to enlarge your penis permanently. Things like pills, herbal supplements, Viagra, Cialis, the generic versions of those, equivalents of those, because realistically these days, generic versus name brand, when it comes to Viagra or Cialis, similar medications in those classes, they are the same. They're the same chemical components. They just happen to be out of patent. The patent no longer is valid on those medications, so the name brands don't matter anymore. Any chemical compounding company worth their stuff can now make these chemicals very simply. Viagra and Cialis. But I got a little off track there, sorry. ADD going off in one direction. The bottom line with pills and penis size is they don't increase the size of your penis on their own. More often than not, sorry, throat. There we go. Okay. Me. Okay, I'm good now. More often than not with pills and penis size, smaller size, penis, bigger size, when you do see an increase in size, you're actually seeing a return in previous size you probably weren't aware that you lost in the first place due to poor blood circulation, potential circulatory blood vessel, blood artery plaques building up, reducing blood flow and circulation, and therefore reducing what we call erection quality in the penis. It's kind of like the old saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. Doesn't really always directly apply. The whole use it or lose it concept with the penis, because that's not always necessarily true. It's more so usually if you see a reduction in penis size as you get older, or at some point in your life it's come from an injury, or again, a loss of good erection quality because of some sort of a blood flow problem. So when you do see an increase in size because you took Viagra, Cialis, or some herbal wonder pill that you bought at GNC or through one of those goofy ads online, you're seeing that increase in size because you're getting back the blood flow you used to have, and therefore your penis seems like it's gotten bigger, when in fact you're just seeing a return of your size you used to have that you probably don't remember from all those years ago. So again, if you actually want new penis size, the best way to go is tissue traction versus a pill. What I've seen with my customers over the years, and we're talking since at least 2012 when I started selling Malehanger, working with people, I've actually had many of my customers tell me, hey, I take prescription whatever, Viagra, Cialis, and I've been able to reduce from whatever milligram the doc had me on. I've cut it in half. I've had testimonials like that thanks to Malehanger. Why would that happen? Well, because when you're working the tissues, and this is my speculation, I'm not, again, licensed professional, saying this is exactly for sure what's happening, in case YouTube's, monitoring me here. I'm not claiming to know for sure 100%, but my speculation is when you work those tissues with tissue traction, if there was in fact some sort of a poor blood circulation issue there because of arterial plaque, the vascular plaque or buildup, something holding up the circulation in layman's terms, you're basically cleaning out the pipes by working those tissues back and forth. And so you get an improvement in erection quality that maybe a pill on its own didn't provide. But yeah, I've had my customers tell me over the years, hey, I used Malehanger and my erection equality, my erections feel like they did when I was 20 years younger. And I'm also seeing an improvement in my size. But if, I don't know, if you really can make your penis bigger with something like Malehanger, tissue traction, why isn't this all over the news? Why doesn't everybody know about it? Why doesn't my urologist or my doctor or whoever say, hey, this is what you need to do instead of this pill? Why do you think? That's right, money. Good, cold hard cash, money. And of course, potential for malpractice, lawsuit, that kind of stuff. Nobody who goes through medical school for several years for whatever kind of a medical license they want to get wants to put that in jeopardy. If it's not in the literature, so to speak, you typically don't recommend it to your patients. That's pretty normal. That's just human nature. But again, there's no real money in non-surgical, non-prescribed male enhancement or penis enlargement. So that's the bottom line as far as that goes. And again, you don't want to ruin your name, potentially face malpractice, lose your license altogether, blah, blah, blah. But again, from my own perspective, since around the year 2000 to all the way up to 2012, I've literally helped thousands of others around the world, just like myself starting out in the beginning, do what I've done. I've educated them, I've shared my experiences, and so on and so forth, and they keep telling me almost every day, hey, Ben, thank you. I've seen this improvement. I've seen this increase in size. I can last longer in bed, and so on. So I must be doing something right. I did forget to say, by the way, in the very beginning of my video, I mean, if you don't get it from watching other YouTube videos or previous videos of mine, please like, comment, subscribe if you don't already know the drill on YouTube. And if you're listening to me on whatever platform you are listening to me on, please rate me if you can there, leave a quick review, subscribe there so you can keep getting new episodes when I do release them. I don't release episodes very often like a lot of people out there do. This isn't my main thing for Malehanger promotion. I do enjoy it when I can do it, but realistically, Malehanger is mine and my wife's full-time business, and I just don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to crank out those episodes week by week or even day by day like some do. So, all that said, I hope I've given you some good food for thought, some new information you may not have known before in this episode. I appreciate every single one of you out there watching and or listening. Please, if you ever have any comments, questions, leave them down below. I've got a support email on my website if you ever need to feel a need to drop me an email there. I read them all, I respond to them all. I also respond to comments, like I've said. And again, if you want to follow my continued progress with male enhancement and penis enlargement, you can look me up on Reddit, the Malehanger Reddit. If you're familiar with Reddit, if you're not, I'll have a link down below this video subscription for my Reddit, where you can follow and answer questions about Malehanger, follow my progress log there. Another Reddit group I want to mention that I participate on that I'm a huge fan of, got a friend there, goes by the screen name of BD. It's literally Reddit/getting bigger. I'll also have the link to that Reddit group there. And as always, thanks for watching and or listening, and have a great day. I will see you on the next episode.